In this video, we're going to talk about document analysis for the DBQ. I'll be going over a strategy that we call CHIPP. Mr. C and I went to a training at the National Conference for AP Teachers a few years ago and learned this document analysis strategy known as CHIPP. It's an acronym that stands for Core Argument, Historical Context, Intended Audience, Purpose, and Point of View. Why do we use CHIPP? If you look at the rubric for the DBQ, you're required to accurately describe the content of 3 documents to address the topic of the prompt, support an argument in response to the prompt using 6 documents at least, and for at least 3 documents explain how or why the document's point of view, purpose, historical situation, and or audience is relevant to the argument. CHIPP does all of these things. The first point is achieved with the core argument of 3 documents. So if you explain those 3 documents, that's how you get the first point. The second point is achieved with a well-developed ACE that uses the document to support your argument. The third point is earned when you use either historical context, intended audience, purpose, or point of view with at least 3 documents. The C in CHIPP stands for core argument. In this part of the document analysis, I want you to identify the main idea the author is trying to convey. You do this just by summarizing what the document is saying. The H in CHIPP stands for historical context. Place the document within the broader trends happening at the same time as the source. You need to also explain the significant influence of the contents of the document. So how do you do it? Number 1, what is the historical trend or process in which the document fits? So what's going on at the same time that the document's being written? So you're going to write a sentence which describes the historical trend or process, and then explain how the document participates in that historical trend or process. The I stands for intended audience. The first thing you need to do is identify a person or group that the author expects to inform or influence in creating the source. Then you must explain the significance of the audience of the document. So write a few sentences that describe the person or group that's supposed to read the document, and then explain the importance of that person or group. P stands for purpose. You must identify the goal of the document sought by the author. Identify what the author hoped to accomplish by writing this document. Write sentences that describe the goal of the document to achieve purpose. Probably the most challenging of the document analysis elements is point of view. First, you must identify what influence shaped the author or the source. That could be the author's profession, gender, social class, religion, ethnicity, nationality, or membership in a particular group. Then you must answer the question, how does the identity of the author influence the content of the document? Step 1, who is the author? Figure out how the author's identity impacts what they write. And then you must finish it off by talking about why is that significant. You're only going to use this if you know who the author is, and your understanding of the author will help you write the point of view. Alright, just a quick summary of what we've learned. Historical context. What era is the document in? How does the document fit into that era? Intended audience. Who's supposed to read the document? Why is the audience important? The purpose. Why did the author write the document? And point of view. How did the author's identity impact the document? Alright, now it's your turn. Open DBQ1 assignment in Schoology. There you'll find the DBQ number 1 PDF. Open it up in Cami and begin filling out the CHIPP chart for each of the 7 documents. If you have any questions about any of the 7 documents or the elements of CHIPP, please send me a message on Remind, email, or Schoology. Tomorrow we will go over the structure of the DBQ essay. It's imperative that you have the document analysis complete before tomorrow's lesson. You must understand the documents before we can start writing about them.